Welcome back to the last Remnant video walkthrough 100% completion guide. We are wrapping up the very last item we'll need for our weapon upgrades, Bristly Dragon Mane. We have spawned a version of the Southwest Road that has dragons in it. You have the option, I believe, to farm these also from Crookfin. However, I always like these better. There's more here also. You have more opportunities to get it to drop. I did save before I engaged each one of these, so if he didn't drop the Bristly Dragon Mane, I'd reload. So it will look like I had extremely good luck. But we are taking dragons down fast now. Just showing just how ready we are going to be for the Lost here in just a moment. Torgal is going to be the first to collect them. We're not doing anything other than the dragons here. Not on purpose, anyway. And we're only going to do one run-through. Well, I'm going to do multiple run-throughs, but I'm not filming but the first run.
Let's do this! Go! Take the upper hand!
And it can be a little bit tedious if he decides he doesn't want to drop it. I mean, you can fight him 8 times and he won't drop it sometimes. So that can be annoying. Or you can, drop it first try. We need 22 of them. So it's a pain. It's multiple trips back, and if you don't save before each dragon kill, you'll be spending a lot of time just trying to spawn the version of Southwest Road that has dragons in it. So it's better to save before you engage, and make sure you get the Bristly Dragon Mane. Yeah, there's 2 real close together over here. The other thing we're going to do in this video and in this zone is finally kill the Lost. I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit now before the fight, just because there's not going to be much time after the fight to discuss it. Firstly, let's talk about why we're killing this world boss first. We're going to kill the Fallen first because we need a formation called the Trident Formation, and I'll kind of explain what it does and why it's one of the 4 formations that we would ever give a shit about them. The Trident, as the name implies, is a formation that works best when you have 3 guys. What it will do is it'll give huge boosts to the guys in your slots 1, 2, and 3 for a group, for a union, and it'll give kind of negative effects for 4 and 5. So it works best when you have 3 guys in the group to receive the positive benefits, and no 4th and 5th guy in the group to get the negatives. So we will putting them in all of our first 4 combat unions, and it will make them much more dangerous than they are right now. Especially with that combined with their final weapons is going to allow us to one-shot some of these final guys.
At last, it is mine.
So we're still on Torgal, though. Probably about, I don't know, 6 guys need 6 or 7 guys need Bristly Dragon Mane.
Let's do this.
This will probably be the fastest we ever kill a dragon. Other rewards from these world bosses are useless because they're the last thing we're going to do. As soon as we kill these world bosses, we're going to do the very in-game boss quest, and so they're not going to do us any favors with the weapon drops. Like, for whatever reason, the Lost drops an Auld Master Blade, or +2 Auld Master Blade, or something like that. However, that's mostly useless because we'll be completely leveled up, and you almost need to be to defeat the Lost. The world bosses, as far as difficulty, I'm going to just say that's depending on the player or the group makeup, because some people will say that the White Conqueror is tougher than the True Conqueror, or the Enlightened 7 are tougher than the True Conqueror or the White Conqueror, and really it just depends on how you have your group set up and how the dice rolls for you. If you get lucky and one-shot them, like we one-shot a number of these guys, not the White Conqueror. It just so happens that the White Conqueror was the hardest for us to kill. Out of every single guy in the game, the White Conqueror was brutal. Absolutely brutal to kill. We're going to leave the zone. I'm going to show you all our weapon upgrades, and then we're going to come right back in here and kill the Lost. So let's look at our party members here. Go to party members, and we'll see Rush has his Shielding Hawkwind and Enchanted Soul Shield. That's 202 attack on that. That's nice. Cademan has his Buer Dominus, which is 160 attack and Mystic. Gal has Obsidian Virtuitus for 214 attack. Emmy's got the Night Bloom and Shielding Blue Steel for 237. The Frost Blade Roberto got has been fully upgraded. Halfist Dominus and all four hands for Torgal. It's about 185 damage. Jaeger has a Sciavana Virtus, which is 196. Gabriel's got pretty much the same thing we do, except a Blue Steel and a Soul Shield. And it's completely leveled up. Oh, Lucky Balson's got a Fafnir's Bane, which is 255 attack. It's ungodly. Balson is amazing. Duke of Gore's weapon, his Bilkis Virtutus is 220 attack. Glennis is at 196 attack with a parrying Tatarachi. Alan is completely leveled up his Payman Dominus, which is about 187. Irina, such a disappointment. Her Draconile Scepter only goes up to 145 attack. She's completely maxed out, but that's so-so, I guess. The Gap Dominus is doing 172 Mystic and 161 Mystic for the other one. Lucidius is 166 Mystic on his Orbis Dominus. Paris is 175 Mystic on his Great Staff, which is better than a couple people with purple weapons. The Amanji Virtutus is 202 Mystic. It's crazy high. It's nice. Pages is the man. Zulian's Imperator's Katana is meh. It's 154 Mystic, but we didn't have to spend any reagents to get it. We just bought it. Nice. Okay, so that shows that everybody's weapons are completely maxed out, and what their stats are, of our final 18 anyway. We're now ready to run into the Lost. And you kind of got to cast your mind back to when we killed the Fallen and how god-awful tough that was. At BR 27 or 30, I think we were. BR 30 when we killed him. It was very challenging. This guy, we had 10 rounds to kill him, and he had like 300 and some thousand hit points, and had to be killed within 10 rounds. This guy has to be killed in 5 rounds. We have half the time to kill him, and he has twice as many hit points as the Fallen. So he's twice as tough, and all his abilities are crazy high also. And it's only 5 rounds, so it's a really quick fight. Keeps this video at like 15 minutes or something, because we're forced to do it. If you have bad luck with this guy, it'll happen fast. He'll kill you fast, because you've only got 5 rounds to do it. So we'll need to choose our options carefully here, which are highest AP damage in the first round. No doubt about it. We need to get as much damage done to this guy before we are absolutely forced to heal. Like, we are not going to heal until we absolutely have to pull somebody off of combat to heal. He's got a lot of damaging abilities. He will get an extra round at the end of every turn where he'll do some god-awful ability if you don't Kachixi him, which I don't believe we Kachixi him. But we're doing some really nice damage here. 71 from Duke Gore's group. And there we can silence him. Maybe that silence will stop him. Nah. He's still going to do his end of round jank. Divine Retribution 3. Takes about half of everybody's life. Okay, but we're going to ignore it. We're not going... Normally we would be healing here. Keep your hit points is an acceptable choice, but we're not pulling anybody out of a group to heal. Everybody has to do damage. Strike from the sides, that's huge. Kachixi will go off. We're going to have... Oh, yeah, strike from the sides on Wingale's group. Can't afford not to do that. Strike from the sides mean that the boss won't retaliate on him, like he's about to retaliate on Rush here. Rush did not strike from the sides. And we're not healing. And we're still surviving. So having nice hit points for the boss to go through is good. There we go, his Eclipse. And yeah, Zulian's going to get his Kachixia off, hopefully. And I don't know why Wingale's Mystic Arts group got a strike him from the side. Maybe that's something to do with Lucidius's class when we brought him in that gave us that option. I've never heard of a Mystic Arts group being able to strike from the behind or the side. That's interesting. Okay, he has been very nice to us. The Kachixia stopped his end round kick your ass abilities, but we're still racing against the clock. We don't get another Kachixia here. Oh, yes we do. Yes we do. Lower their morale or Kachixia? We are going to choose the Kachixia just to stop the boss's damage. I.e., we stop him from doing a battlefield damage ability. And so we don't have to pull people out of combat to heal. Unless they're healing while they attack. Nice. Jaeger's group did 100,000 damage there. Without the Skiavana or the Beowulf. Alright, let's see the Mystic Arts shut him down again. These guys are the heroes of this fight, really. Zulian is, at least, with his Kachixia. And, again, the boss didn't do his end round ability here. And we're kind of crippling him because we've gotten some nice Kachixia randomness that's allowed it to come up twice. And that's it. We killed him in 4 rounds. We had 5 rounds to do it, but 4 rounds is enough. And we're going to get some nice upgrades from all of these bosses. Another reason why we killed this one was first is to get the Trident Formation, which we're about to get when we turn in the guild task. But some people who are completely leveled up are still getting stat ups because this boss rewards so much XP.
Does one cease to grow?
All these bosses do. Okay, so now he's gone from the map. He won't be there anymore. If you needed red tears, now you can grab him. But we were done. And something else I did off the clock was to get those treasure chests, 150 treasure chests. So that should be... we should be turning that in along with the Lost here, I believe. We're actually... we're going to wrap up that guild. The Sword of the Three Realms, yeah. We've already wrapped up the Ring of the Labyrinth, I believe, and so this will be the second guild we completely wrap up. And that's for the Lost. We get 120,000 gold. And in the Trident Formation. And 150 chests. It's just going to give us some stuff we cannot use, but we will break it down. We will disassemble it before we move on. Just going to mouse through here so everybody can see that all the guild tasks are done. Just like the last one. And all we've got left, I believe, is Union the Golden Chalice with its two very, very difficult world bosses, which we'll be doing in the next couple videos. We'll see you then.